Hi, I'm Daniel Sawblade.
And I'm Cartoon Ryan.
Welcome to the Sawblade 666 YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about The Face of Battle, an art book featuring the paintings of David Gallagher, published by Games Workshop.
Cool, let's do it.
All right, so David Gallagher. You familiar with this dude, Ryan?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, he's on Instagram.
Cool.
So he's an artist that used to work for the company Games Workshop, which is the company that does Warhammer. Before we start, I just want to say this is not going to be a commentary on the lore, because number one, there's a shit ton of YouTube channels on the lore. Warhammer has a vast lore. I mean, more than any science fiction IP ever. I mean, you could spend years just on looking into that shit. But so it's not on that. It's strictly on Mr. Gallagher's art and this book specifically. Every once in a while, Games Workshop they have an imprint called Black Library, which is all the novels, their lore content.
Yeah.
A lot of people read Warhammer. They don't fucking play the game or do any of that or the models. Mm-hmm. It's weird. Warhammer's the hobby's built into three aspects. It's there's people strictly into the lore. There's strictly people into the hobby aspect with all the models, the painting and building. And then there's the game, which combines them all. Yeah. Combines all those. Mm-hmm. So me, since I'm an artist, the visual aspect of Warhammer is what draws me in first, then the lore. And I am not an expert, not by a long shot. Yeah. Nowhere near. It's so in depth.
Yeah.
But damn it, it's fun. It's so fun to look at, and it's inspired me for pretty much close to 30 years now, because I was in high school when I first encountered this stuff, and just from the outskirts looking in like, oh my God, that looks so cool. What is that? Mm-hmm. And I compare it to, when you're a kid and we look at Earl Norm paintings, but we don't know who Earl Norm is. This is what this does. Mm-hmm. Because it wasn't until, I would say, by the time I got on Instagram about 10 years ago, is when I put a name to this artwork. Because I just didn't know. Mm-hmm. Even though Games Workshop credited artists back then, they don't now. But I didn't have any Games Workshop stuff 10, 15 years ago. I maybe had one model, but I didn't have any of the books. I didn't have any other paraphernalia. But I want to take a dive into this because I picked this up at a local comic shop, and this is an old book. It came out, it's like 25 years old now.
Yeah.
2000, I guess, is when it came out. And if I'm thinking correctly, he had already was out of it, maybe by the mid 2000s, or he had already been done. So he's from the late 80s to the early to mid 2000s with Games Workshop, which is, by that time, they switched from traditional methods with their product, the artwork for their products, to digital art.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Up until like 20 years ago, 2004, 5-ish, they were still doing their packaging in this manner with this artwork. First of all, look at that. What kid, when you're looking at that, say you're, it's almost like G.I. Joe art. Remember the paintings to that? Man. You look at that, you're a 10-year-old kid. Dude, I want in.
Yeah.
You got my money. Look at that. Yeah. I mean, that's so killer. But we're going to take a look at this thing. And, oh, the glare is, oh, no, it's okay. Cool. This was put together by John Blanche, which is another veteran artist of Games Workshop, and he just retired recently.
Oh, okay.
But he'd been in the game since the late 70s till just recently. David Gallagher's from Scotland, but he did work for Games Workshop, which is located in England.
Okay.
And this is all paintings, that have to do with the characters in Warhammer. And, you got different alien species, the Space Marines, Orcs, and the fantasy and sci-fi side. The sci-fi version of Warhammer is 40K, and then fantasy was just Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
So Warhammer 40K is the sci-fi version of Warhammer Fantasy. That's why you have, both orcs and other fantasy type characters in the sci-fi version, because it's based on the fantasy one. But his artwork just screams 80s toy packaging to me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
totally.
you say? Because
it's a similar vein, totally.
when I would look at this stuff, be it on a front of a book or a box of the game, the box art for the game, or a model,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at this, and man, like I said, it's like, take my money.
Yeah.
But the composition and colors, the action, it has such a 1980s movie vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
This is one thing about this book that it kind of annoys. It's not a huge deal, but it's not chronological, meaning that we got a piece here from 98, and then in the back you might have one from 2000, and in the middle you'll have one from the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't start from
his earliest stuff.
the 80s to
yeah.
So I thought that was kind of weird. But we got the Blood Angels faction, and one of
it's pretty gnarly, man.
Yeah, it's so good. It's Abaddon. But you look at this stuff, and it's like, because this is a character in the story. This is a leader of the Black Legion armies, Chaos Space Marine. But it's based on the model.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the model, he looks like that, but this is basically a painted version. I don't know, it's so action figure-like, too, and like I said, almost like toy packaging.
Oh, yeah, it could pass for toys from back in the day, for sure.
You know what I mean? The colors and it's kind of at the tail end of Games Workshop's real colorful period. But yeah, this is really brooding and dark.
That's pretty sick, man.
This was for a box set, so this is what the
my knowledge of Warhammer stuff is like next to nothing, but I've always liked the art and the models and the imagery.
It's so crazy, dude. Just the little bit that because I took a deep dive into this stuff back in, I had spare time and I had a little bit of money, so I started getting into the building and painting side of things, and would put on those lore videos and just get immersed in it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's almost no end to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so in depth. But again, I just want to show this because this has had a huge effect on my influence on my style. Just in the design, aspect of it. Again, these exaggerated proportions and weapons, it's like when you scale it down, it's just the model blown up, basically.
Yeah, it definitely looks like all the models I've seen.
Yeah.
Those big shoulder pad things and the leg.
It's just super chunky. Look at that weapon. Yeah. This is like a chain sword. So it's like a motorized chainsaw for a sword, but they have one for the axe too.
That's crazy.
All right, I'm going to talk about the whole big gun thing. We were talking about in the Beasley video, like when Beasley does it, how cool it is. But, whenever it was like the image thing back in the day, I kind of hated it.
Yeah.
But I look at this, it's like, I love it.
Yeah.
Look how ridiculous that is, but I love it.
It's
but look at the tech behind it. It almost looks like it works.
It fits.
Right?
I think it fits this, but because of the exaggerated proportions and features of the armor.
Right.
They're
super powered and they can pick the shit up but yeah.
I wasn't a fan with it of big guns like that when they, I don't know, it just looks like they're just pulling shit out of their ass, like a lot of times when they overdo it with the big size guns.
Right.
Looking like a World War I style tank.
Yeah. That's the thing with Warhammer. It would take a lot of cues from a lot of historical weaponry, and then it could be ancient and World War II, and just throw it in a mixed bag,
Yeah.
But
Judge Dredd looking bike over there.
For sure. Yeah. Judge Dredd was something else that Games Workshop, Warhammer stuff borrowed from. Mm-hmm. It borrowed from a lot of different things and made it their own deal. But back to this artwork, though, the choice of colors, the composition, the sense of drama and action is so good in these. Yeah. I was just always really impressed with...
what type of paintings are these? Are they oil? Or
no, I think they're acrylic. Yeah,
I was thinking acrylic as well, just because of how vibrant it is.
Yeah, it's acrylic. I think he uses a little bit of gouache. He does watercolor stuff too, I think. Okay. Yeah. But these are, I think, acrylic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really bold.
That's what I was thinking, just because of the colors, the way they look.
Real bold and rich and saturated in the right places.
Yeah.
These are older. This is like early 90s and late 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of your origins of the Space Marine stuff. And it kind of borrows from ancient Rome also. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's real regal. Yeah. But then you get these guys, and it's just straight up Predator meets Rambo.
It looks like Contra,
all the way
from the 80s.
Well, that's when that was happening.
Yeah,
when it first came out.
Yeah, the Commando vibe.
But look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Standard Marines, right?
Yeah,
there.
These are Catachan jungle fighters. So this is like they're on the same team as these guys, but they're the jungle,
more standard looking guys, really.
And then you got the Orcs, man, the classic Orcs.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that this faction, because they have the Orcs in fantasy, but in 40K, there's just this real ramshackle Mad Max vibe to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just so good. This was the box cover art to their figures back in, I think, 3rd edition, 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
More orcs. Very Mad Max, Road Warrior inspired stuff. I love them.
Scrappy looking as fuck. Yeah, that's crazy,
I love that.
dude. Yeah.
You know, he's
holding it over his...
that recoil on that back end. But the design of just the way they look is really cool. Look at this guy back here with sunglasses on.
Wow. Yeah, this is pretty badass, man.
This says 1986. I think that's incorrect. Just because Warhammer, the Warhammer end of things wasn't quite rocking and rolling yet. So that's a typo. Could almost guarantee you. Here's another orc. Look at that. Let's see, that's a little later from 2000.
Exosuit thing.
Yeah, they would the bosses would have the armor.
The final boss.
Orc Knob in mega armor. I love this. It's just real industrial, you know.
Just put together.
Hobbled together,
This looks like they welded just whatever they could.
Yeah.
Fused it together to make it work.
Yeah, I love this shit, man. It's just so cool looking.
What's amazing is this comes from, you know, directly from people's brains, man.
Yeah. Mixed with different influences, you know. I'm sure as we're looking at this, you're probably seeing elements that have popped up into my work, you know. Yeah. Because I take bits and pieces of this, and
it's hard not to.
But what's interesting is I'm taken from this, which is already taken from so many other things, but I'm already influenced by the things that, you know, because all this it's basically, you know, Dune, 2000 AD, Judge Dredd, you know, what else? A little bit of Star Wars,
a little bit,
but way better.
BattleTech type stuff.
Yeah,
exosuits.
BattleTech kind of came up around the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, those things look weird as hell.
Yeah,
it's
crazy. Eldar armor. The Eldar, the space elves. These are dark elves. Tyranids. Tyranids were these, you know, aliens that would invade planets, just massive fleets of them, and then these guys are Jeanstealers. These were the Jeanstealers, and Jeanstealers are like genetically engineered version of these guys, and then the Jeanstealers would here I am talking lore when I said it wasn't going to be, but this is really cool because they would kind of like harvest planets for these guys to raid or take over. They would kind of look for planets way ahead of their fleet.
Yeah, they're like scouts, basically.
Right. So when they would go down into a planet, inhabit it, and kind of take it over, and then these cults would form, and this is a Jeanstealer cult. So there'd be a patriarch in a cult, and they would worship it as a god. So that's what these are, Jeanstealer cults. I've seen this painting way back. It's one of the first pieces I've seen from this artist, and I always thought it like there's just that sense of command from the leader, and they're just coming at you.
Maniacs, man.
Yeah, they look crazy. Like, look at that guy.
Bunch of feeble-minded followers.
Yeah, that seems kind of
very familiar.
Familiar, yeah.
Crazy.
Wow. But am I not correct that this is what gets kids into it back then. You
Oh yeah,
look at
it
that.
just looks like package art from when we grew up. Man.
Absolutely, all the way. This is
Yeah.
total action figure
Because
shit.
I mean, you look at GI Joe had paintings on the packages. Transformers,
He-Man.
He-Man, of course.
This is not
Thundercats
toys.
didn't.
It's gaming, but it fits in with all of
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit,
Mhm.
right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that could be toy packaging from the 80s. And
Yeah,
it was done in
totally.
96, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. They were still carrying
Yeah.
on that traditional feel of like when we grew up. I mean, I wasn't a kid in 96. I was a grown man. I was, early 20s, but when I saw this shit back then, it evoked that same feeling of being
Yeah.
10 years old looking at, G.I. Joe art
Oh, yeah.
or Transformers art. But let's just look at the colors in this
Yeah.
shit, dude. And the composition. How strong that
Oh,
whole layout is.
I mean, the dude's surrounded, man. You feel it.
it's
This
just
is cool
so,
too. You see a claw coming from.
Yeah.
It's just all around.
it's exciting, man.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, take my money. I'm in.
Mhm.
I want to be a part of this. Just fucking
Sniper.
Imperial sniper guy. Yeah. And then this goes into the fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
This is Warhammer Fantasy. Got your dwarf there hanging out. Bretonnian knights.
Yeah, completely different style too. It's a lot more clean looking and regal.
Right.
The battle hammer.
I love I love this shit. The
Yeah,
way
it's
it
badass,
looks.
man. There's
The
no
way it
denying
looks.
it.
Look at this orc here. I love that.
So is this guy still active, or is he retired?
No,
or
he's
is he-
still active.
Okay.
He still does stuff. I don't know what he or who he's doing work for.
Okay.
He's not working for Games Workshop.
Yeah.
Games Workshop doesn't do this style anymore.
No.
They're
Yeah.
very. I'm not knocking digital art now, but when you look at their shit currently now, it screams bad digital art to me.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it's not this. Something about this era of, and we're going to talk a lot about old Games Workshop artwork on the channel because I have loads to go over with this stuff.
Well, yeah, we talk about art of any kind.
Yeah,
you know.
but this stuff really still to this day, drives me to do a lot of the work that I focus on.
Yeah, you can see how it inspires, completely.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
No, it's
a trip, isn't it?
it's epic, man. Whoa, man.
The Lizardmen.
Yeah, some Triceratops looking thing.
Now this is a book cover. But when I was looking at this earlier, I was like, man, is that not a wicked looking Swamp Thing?
Yeah, it's got that Man Thing,
Right?
Swamp Thing vibe to it.
Dude.
Yeah, that's immediately
Look
what
like
I thought
gnarly
too.
ass branch coming out of him with the skeleton on it.
Yep,
And he's got arrows in him.
that's
That is
badass.
badass, dude.
Yeah,
And look, man,
it's also
there's like
terrifying at the same time.
dude, if that were coming at you, man.
Oh, I'd probably die of fear.
But look at that skull buried in
Yeah.
the shoulder.
Yeah,
It's little details like that, man.
it's like the
that,
dude who just absorbs whatever's around
yeah,
him.
look at the. You know what the head reminded me of? It reminded me of David Cronenberg Fly.
Oh,
The
yeah.
fly monster in there. Doesn't that look like
Yeah.
that? Oh God, I love this. I don't know anything about this story
Yeah, I
or
sure as
what this
hell
book is, but man, I love this image. I mean, this is probably my favorite in the whole book, really.
Yeah, that's killer.
I do love that too.
Yeah,
this
that's
is a cover
badass,
of
too.
White Dwarf, which was a magazine that Games Workshop put out, and I specifically remember this.
This is another one where it's got the point of view centered on him, but you can see
directional devices.
I love
That's
that.
powerful, isn't it? Yeah.
He did it on that other one we were looking at.
That's a great use of directional.
Yeah.
Because, dude, okay, this is where the logo of the magazine goes, and then you got these pointing directly at this. Yeah, I mean, it's great.
Perfect layout right there.
Normally, in compositions, it's frowned upon if you go dead center.
Yeah.
But in this case, it works because just, again, with the directional devices and then the room for the logo, man, it's just like one nice package.
Yeah.
Look at that shit.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
I always thought he was kind of funky looking, but yeah, it's great. Just the character design.
Yeah, that's the thing that blows me away the most is the character designs. They're endless.
Yeah, man, it just goes on and on. I mean, look at that.
It's not really much cut and paste like a lot of other people do.
What do you mean,
like repeating the same stuff on certain?
No,
things. It's not that at all. The only thing I noticed that might have repeated were just some of those chainsaw-looking weapons, but I'm sure those are standard weapons in the lore.
Well, that's what it is. It's like a
but other than
type
that,
of weapon,
dude. Everything's unique looking.
Dude, I love these skulls in this headdress. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's so brilliant, man. The way they're stacked on this fucking trident-looking helmet. Or look at the end of a pitchfork.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a trident with skulls on it.
Vampire count. Oh, dude, I have one of these armies, basically. Man. That's so good, dude.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is that not metal or what? That's metal as fuck, dude.
Yeah, it is. Could definitely be on some album from back in the 80s.
Do you see like where I'm coming from with like you look at that and you're like, oh, that's why he's drawing all that shit all the time.
Yeah, especially that last one we saw with the skulls and
that one. Yeah. I mean, that's where it all comes from. Yeah. I'm revealing my secret, everyone.
Yeah. None wrong with being influenced.
Well, I mean, not
stuff.
rip off, but
no, but it inspires you,
dude. I just love, man. So fucking good, dude. Look at that. Just this. You could just take this and that's a piece, all these like skulls and spines sticking out of the ground holding swords and oh man, dude, on horse armor, that plate in the front, look, it's a bat.
Yeah, that's clever as fuck,
isn't it? I mean,
and it's a skull. It's just an undead army, basically.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's basically, that's your necromancer.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah. This one, I had some stuff to say. As an artist, and this isn't because I run into this, and this isn't a critique. This isn't being, because I know how it is. There's deadlines, there's restraints, there's all these things that factor in when you do a piece. And you probably know that when you're working on something. When it doesn't quite... This is so crazy. You look at this... I'm strictly going on composition. I don't know anything about what's really supposed to be going... Okay, they're dark elves, but I don't know anything other than that. But I'm strictly looking at the composition of this and the figures... Look at this figure here.
Yeah.
What is she doing? I mean, she look at the leg.
Yeah.
Look how it's kind of.
It's kind of an awkward pose.
It's very awkward.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah.
Look how it creates that square.
Yeah.
Almost kind of slanted. Almost a triangle in the middle of it too. It's like a square going this way.
Yeah, I mean you can see the direction he wants your eyes to go in.
Works. Like the hair is going off the page but pointing this way.
I'm still not too crazy about that position.
I'm not either. It's very odd.
The only issue I have with it is it seems rather stiff compared to the other stuff on the pages we've looked at.
It is.
Like her arms and legs are both stiff as a board.
It's almost
very strange.
It's very strange, but I still think it works because of how the sword cuts through and her hair.
Because, I mean, it's way better than anything I could ever
But that's almost like a tangent right here, almost where it's touching that flag. But it's still, man, the colors, the costumes, the sense of drama.
Yeah.
That fucking T-Rex thing he's riding. I was about to say, that
T-Rex is crazy, dude. It's badass.
I mean, it's sick as fuck. Mm-hmm. I like it. That's shit pretty badass is great, too. Right?
Yeah.
It's almost like some Lord of the Rings shit.
I was about to say.
Lord of the Rings, man.
Yeah.
Some dark elves. Also box art to their shit.
Yeah, you can tell.
Oh, man. Then we get back to the orcs, man. These are squigs. They ride on these things. And, man,
it's badass.
Is that not... They're riding on fucking boars, dude.
They wouldn't have any other way, man, with those things.
Look, that one's wearing like a fucking skull for like a headpiece.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. You got a cluster of big-ass bats or whatever up there. It's wild, man. You can hear the rumble in your head just looking at that.
Dude, just think you're a little kid and you're looking at that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sold.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sold. I mean, dude, take my money now. I mean, I'm sold on it now, but I'm saying if I were 10...
Oh yeah.
And I were looking at this, dude. Because I didn't see any of that back. I saw stuff like this, but I didn't see Warhammer till I was in high school. You know. But even then, like, it blew me away.
Yeah, I didn't see Warhammer stuff till way later.
You might have remembered when I painted like a model when I was in high school.
Maybe, yeah. I was out of school by the time I started noticing, or out of high school.
Yeah, I painted one model when I was in high school. It was a skeleton warrior guy.
Oh, okay.
I think I showed it to you.
Yeah,
it's like a long ass time ago, though. Ooh, look at these goblins, dude. It's goblins fighting dwarves.
It'd be really cool to see him do like Mad Max type stuff, just straight up, you know.
Oh yeah,
Fury Road type stuff.
Yeah, they actually had a Games Workshop that was some Mad Max shit. Just Mad Max. It was called Dark Future, and it was like a Mad Max car game. Yeah.
That'd be cool to see him do that kind of stuff.
That rat fucking guy.
Man, there's so much going on right there. It's
right?
crazy. Love to know how long.
Yeah, one,
so weird. It makes me wonder how long it took him to do pieces like this.
Yeah.
And what methods he used on everything, you know?
What he does, you should get on his Instagram. It's really cool. Okay. He does a sketch. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of tight, but line work, and then he just paints over it, dude.
Mm-hmm. That's how a lot of painters do. They'll just draw on the canvas.
It blows me away.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beyond me.
Look at that guy.
Yeah, that's badass. Damn.
Dogs of war, dude.
Yeah. Bunch of spears.
Getting that fucking treasure.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's really cool. His pelt is like all around like a cape, but it's still got the claws. And then the head's right there from it.
Done in 98, but it's 80s as fuck to me.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And then this one's 87. This is White Dwarf 88. Cover of White Dwarf.
Yeah.
I knew girls in high school that looked like that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Straight up like goth girl, man.
Yeah, I knew some goth chicks, but they didn't have that
Look
hair
at,
like
look at that dragon, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's just the armor, the dragon, the look on her face,
The
that
tongue sticking out the side of the dragon's mouth.
Yeah, yeah, it's real Dragon Slayer.
Yeah,
the movie.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember that, do you?
No, I never watched it. I remember it. I just never watched it.
Oh my god, dude, that movie's so good. Highly underrated movie. Yeah, it's so good. He's just chilling, like.
Yeah, an amazing painter, man.
Right?
Yeah,
really good.
Really good. Yeah, he was made to paint that kind of stuff. That's for sure.
So yeah,
Very
this
cool.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a treat.
We're gonna take a look at more Games Workshop art and stuff in the future.
Yep.
If you dig what we do, like and subscribe. Put your comments down. Hit us up with suggestions too. We're open to that.
Yeah. And also check us out every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. We go live.
Yeah, we hang out and draw and talk.
Hang out and draw and do a live stream.
Cool. Catch you guys on the next one.
Later.
Bye.